Hello everyone, my name is Jivan. I am studying BTech in the course of Information Technology in Vishnu Institute of Technology, Bhimavaram, which is affiliated to JNTUK Kakirada. I am here to discuss arrays and strings in Introduction to Programming.
Declaration of an array. Data type, array name and size. Initialization of an array. We initialize an array at the time of declaration of the array. The size of an array is indicated in closed braces, which is called subscript. Example, int a of 4 is equal to 1, 2, 3. Array indexing. Array indexing starts from 0 and goes up to size -1. Types of arrays. Arrays are classified on the basis of number of subscripts present. There are two types of arrays, one-dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. Now let's see about one-dimensional array. It is the simplest form of an array. The elements are arranged in a single line. It has only one subscript. Example, int n of 4. Multi-dimensional array. Arrays which has more than one subscript are called multi-dimensional arrays. Elements are arranged in form of rows and columns. The most common type of multi-dimensional array is two-dimensional array. Example, int n of 4 and 4. Now let us see the differences between 1D and multi-dimensional arrays. In 1D array, there is only one subscript and the elements are arranged in a single line. But in multi-dimensional array, there is more than one subscript and the elements are arranged in form of rows and columns. The syntax of 1D array is data type, array name and size. The syntax of multi-dimensional array is data type, array name, row size and column size. Example of 1D array is int array of 10. Example of multi-dimensional array is int array of 10 and 10. Now let us see the applications of arrays. Arrays are used in many ways. Some of them are: first one is lists and sequences. Arrays are used to store names, numbers, etc. of a group of people. And the second is matrices and tables. 2D arrays are used to represent matrices and tables. And the third is game development. Arrays are widely used in games to represent maps, character attributes, inventory and items. And the fourth is image processing. Arrays are used to represent and manipulate pixels in a camera. A 2D array is used to store the color of a pixel. And the fifth is database management. Arrays are used to store and manipulate any large bulk of data which is retrieved from databases. Now let us discuss the advantages and disadvantages of arrays. Advantages. Arrays are easily accessed through their indices. Arrays are very easy to implement and to use. Arrays have simple syntax and easy to understand. Arrays are well suited for iteration operations. Disadvantages. Arrays have fixed size, making it difficult when elements varies greatly in numbers. In large arrays, inserting or deleting an element is difficult. Arrays leads to memory wastage when size and number of elements required greatly varies. Arrays only store similar data types, which limits their handling of different data types. Let us see a program of finding reverse of an array using one-dimensional array. First, we have to include header files, which is stdio.h, and we have to declare the main function. In the main function, we will give two integer type of variables n, I. After declaring the integers, we have to enter the value which will be stored in the integer type n. Let us see a program of finding reverse of an array using one-dimensional array. First, we have to include header files, which is stdio.h, and we have to declare the main function. In the main function, we will give two integer type of variables n comma I. After declaring the integers, we have to enter the value which will be stored in the integer type n. Now we have to declare an integer array, and after we have to enter the elements using a for loop into the array. Now we have to declare three integer variables which are start, end and temp. We will assign start to 0 and end to n minus 1. Using a while loop, swap the values and increment start and decrement the end value. The while loop iterates until the condition is satisfied. Now to print the reversed array using for loop. Now let us see a program of matrix multiplication using two-dimensional array. Declare the header file stdio.h and the main function. Now declare three matrices of size 10 and two rows and two columns and two loop iteratable variables I and j. And now enter the size of matrices A and B, in which the values are stored in the rows and columns which we declared. To perform matrix multiplication, the number of columns in the first matrix should be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. Using the for loop, enter the elements into the matrices A and B. After entering the elements, we have to assign the third matrix to 0, and using for loop, the condition is C of ij is equal to A of ij into B of ij plus C of ij. Here I denotes rows and j denotes column. Print the elements along with the condition, so we will finally obtain the multiplication matrix. Now let us discuss about strings. What is a string? A string is a collection of characters represented as char in C language. Strings are arrays of characters which ends with a null character. A string is a one-dimensional array. The null character is to know where the string ends, which will be inserted by the C compiler. Declaration of string. Char string name size. We declare a header file while operating with strings, that is string.h, which is a library of string functions. Initialization of a string. We initialize a string at the time of declaration of the string. Example, char name of 10 is equal to hello world. Inputting a string. We input the string using a function fgets. To print a string, we use the function printf. Now let us discuss about string functions. The function strlen prints the number of characters in a string. The function strupr prints all the characters of a string to uppercase. The function strlwr prints all the characters of a string in lowercase. The function strcpy copies one string to another string. The function strrev prints the reverse of a string. The function strcat concatenates or adds two strings. The function strcmp compares two strings. If these two strings are same, it returns 0. Otherwise, it returns the ASCII value of the unmatching character. Now let us discuss about applications of strings. Strings are used in many ways. Some of them are web development. Strings are used in handling web URLs, managing text context on web pages. Messaging apps. Strings are used in WhatsApp, Instagram, Gmail for sending and displaying messages. Social media platforms. Social media apps use strings for user profiles, posts, and comments. Smartphones and apps. Mobile applications use strings for user interfaces and notifications. GPS and maps. GPS and maps use strings to represent locations and addresses. Online shopping platforms. Strings are used for product names, descriptions, user reviews. Now let us discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of strings. Advantages. The first is versatility. Strings are flexible when working with text data. And the second is ease of use. String functions simplify common string operations. The third is standard library. C provides a standard string functions by a library. And the fourth is compatibility. Strings work well with various libraries. And the fifth is efficient memory usage. Strings uses memory in efficient way because of the character arrays. Now disadvantages. The first is null termination. Forgetting null termination leads to errors. And the second is no built-in type. C does not have a built-in string type. We only have to use character arrays to print a string. And the third is string length limitation. The size of a string is limited by the available memory. And the fourth is fixed size limitation. Strings use character arrays with a fixed size, where size of string should not be greater than size of the array. Now let us see a program to execute string functions. To execute string functions, we have to declare the header file string.h. Now declare two character arrays and an integer variable s. Now write a string which will be stored in the integer variable s by the function strlen. The string function strlen gives about the number of characters which are there in the string. And now to print the given string in uppercase letters, we have to use the string function strupr. And to print the given string in lowercase letters, we have to use the string function strlwr. And now to copy one string to another string, we have to use the string function strcpy. The string which we want to copy should be written last, which is the source string. And to reverse a string, we have to use the string function strrev. And to add two strings, we have to use the string function strcat. Cat stands for concatenate. And to compare two strings, we have to use the string function strcmp. If these two strings are same, then it will returns the value 0. Now let us see a program to find a string is palindrome or not. Declare the header files and main function. Declare two character arrays x and y and an integer variable n. Enter a string and it will be stored in x through the fgets function. Copy the string x into y through the string function strcpy and reverse the string x using the string function strrev. Now compare the two strings x and y. Here x is the reversed string and it will be stored in the n. If the two strings are same, then it will retain 0. If it retains 0, then the given string will be a palindrome.
Special thanks to our chairman sir Sri K.V. Vishnuraj Garu for providing Vishnu platform, our director Dr. D. Suryanarayana sir, our principal Dr. M. Venu sir, our vice principal Professor M. Srilakshmi ma'am, basic science HOD Dr. V. Ramadevi ma'am, last but not the least, wonderful guidance and support by subject handling faculty BVN Rani ma'am.